Hi, everyone. Mitch from PickDogs.com, and it is halftime of the Georgia versus TCU CFP championship game. We have got a epic beatdown runaway here going on, and sometimes I do these shows. I've been in games where I bet them, and they've been ahead like this, and I've been in games where they're behind like this, and you know, uh, it's these are the toughest shows to do when it's one game and it's a blowout. Normally there's Aaron Rodgers games, but we did a game like this earlier this year, a couple weeks ago. It was the Vikings and the Colts. I came on at halftime. It was about the same score. And we all saw what happened. Of course, I think the Georgia defense might be better, but yeah, so what? The thing is, you know, TCU money line bets, whatever. I have TCU money line as well. I just want to, I don't have any larger bet on this game than I would on any other game. In fact, I have a little bit less. And it all counts as one game. I would rather win, that's for sure. But counts the same as, any other game out there. So counts the same as the Titans Jaguars on the Lions Packers last name, right? It counts the same. So it really doesn't matter. And so anyways, I sent Jay the invitation. I do not see him. But anyways. Yeah, these games definitely tough. But let's see what the second half line is. See if we can make a couple bucks here. TCU has been a second half team all season long. And yeah, you could say 3-3-5, whatever, but here they are in the national championship game. So, obviously it worked, And here's a team that was ranked. You think Georgia's winning? I mean, are you guys 2 years old? It's like we're looking to make money on the second half, So it's like I don't really understand it. But it's pretty much it is. So Jalen Roan, who, is here laughing, at halftime or whatever, it's like helps a zero. It's like we're looking to make money here on the second half. That's our goal of this show. I mean, that's got to be the dumbest comment I've ever seen, or one of them. It's definitely dumbest comment of this show. This team made it to the national championship running that. There's 128 other teams that would be pretty happy to be here. In college football, it's one of those sports where not everybody ends the season with a loss, like in college basketball, but everyone but one team ends with a loss. But yeah, it will be soon enough. So let's see what we got here for the second half. So it's TCU +7 for the second half, plus 250 on the money line. I'll take a shot with it. I'll take a shot with TCU on the money line for the second half. Why not? They've been a second half team all season long. My guess is if the game stays at this sort of differential, if Georgia comes out and scores here, that they probably will put a lot of the backups in, and maybe there'll be some window dressing at the end. So I'm going to take TCU on the money line plus 250 on the second half. If I hit this, I'm up for the game. So why not take a shot? Well worth it. Let's see what we got. So I only have 250 bucks on the game. So 250 pays 625. So if I hit this, I'll be up for the game. If not, I've lost 500 bucks, which is less than what I generally bet on a game. No big deal. Does TCU get a stop? I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. We've seen them all season long play well in the second half. I think TCU has had some opportunities here that they didn't take advantage of. I thought that opening drive, when they had the jitters, they had wide open receivers. He just missed them, you know? Anyways, Jay is here. Jay, how's it going?
What's going on?
It is one of those tough half times, but it is what it is, man. It's just to me, it's like it's just another game. Who cares? You know, it's like I have TCU in the game. I'm probably not going to cash here on that bet, but you know, I can cash
Yep.
the second half and I can still end up ahead. And you know, a lot of these people in the comments, I don't understand what they're talking about. It's kind I don't think you can take anything away from this TCU team because, like I said, there's 129 other teams that would love to be in this game, and including the one they beat last week, Michigan and Ohio State, both who were favored to be in this game from the beginning of the season. TCU started the season ranked 55th to 65th. They were so bad last year. Okay, so here's the differential coming into this game. Okay. Georgia had the number one recruiting class 5 years in a row. TCU was ranked 65th coming into the season, and their head coach was fired last year. Their head coach was fired mid-season last year. So they've gone from worst to first, you know, not an easy thing to do. And I'm taking TCU in the second half plus 250. I'm already in $250, right? So it's like I go another $250 here. If I hit it, I actually win $125 on the game. If I don't hit it, I've lost 500, which is less than I normally bet on a game anyway. So that's where I'm at here. TCU was 200 to 1 at the beginning of the season. They were ranked 65th. So, you know, Georgia the number one recruiting class. So is this is Mayweather Pacquiao. This is a lot of games. We talk about this all the time. We see this all the time. It's the game that we thought we would see. It's the game we hoped we wouldn't see, you know? But I gave out the over in my video. Very much alive here. It was 64. We're at 45 here. So 62 and a half. So we're very much alive on that. And Michigan, Ohio would have been a great championship game. It was the championship. They played it in the Big Ten, and it was a really lousy game. It was hard. It was no better than this. The TCU team total is 9.5. I kind of like that, the over. They're not going to lay down here. They've been a second.
They're not going to lay down. I'm going to take them.
Jay wasn't here for the game, but I sat here for a game worse than this 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I sat here. The score was worse than this. And people were saying these same things in the comments. Same exact things. And it's like the Vikings won the game outright.
Yep.
We didn't just cover the second half. They won everything. Wow, so you're making a bold prediction now that Georgia's going to win at halftime when they're up by 31? That's pretty bold, man. Wow, you must do this professionally, man. You should do this for a living. You should find a book that's willing to, take your bets, after the game is over, or, in that situation. Because you could actually bet that because they're up by 31 and the second half is only -7. So you should dump your entire life savings on it. That's what you should do. So that you know it. Literally. It's like there's a guy that clearly, doesn't understand what that means. It's like the Colts would wipe the floor with any college team. The worst NFL team would wipe the floor with any college team. It would never even be close. It would not be close.
Even the best of the best college teams still
Yep.
probably get the
The
4
very
wins.
best, the very best of the best of the best college teams would get the floor wiped of them by the Houston Texans or the Colts or the Bears or any of those teams. They would get slaughtered. It would not even be a game.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm on TCU the second half though. I think
I think it's just worth
I'm
the
still
shot.
getting 7. Yeah, I'm still getting 7 in the second half. Our second half team.
Yep. I'm taking the money line plus 250.
It's not a bad place to be. I mean,
Yeah, why
like you
not?
said, you still get to you could still break out even.
I'm here anyway, man. What the hell's the difference? It's like it's a lousy game, and it's like you could see the sentiment in the YouTube chat, and that's usually a good indicator to go the other way. So I feel like I kind of maybe missed out on this game. I think
Yeah.
that well, the thing is, I've seen the David and Goliath so many times in college football in the championship game where a bigger dog than this has won it outright. And it's happened a lot of times. To me, it was like I was before the game. What really got me was before the game, they were showing like all the past games and like, the things about it. And I was like, man, we haven't been in this in 20 years. It's painful. It's painful. We were going back to back. And we lost. And we didn't really lose, but they gave the other team the game. But we were going back to back. And at one point, we played in it. We played in it 9 times in 11 years. We played in the championship game 9 times in 11 years. So it's like we were a mainstay. But
yep.
Yeah, I agree with you, Billie Jean. I think what happened was TCU came out on that first drive and had the jitters on that first drive. They had wide open receivers, and he had time. I think he had more. I think he had more time than he thought he was going to have, and
he missed him on that little out route.
And he missed him, and that really was, that was their chance. They needed to come out and get that touchdown right here. Now, what they need here in this is they need to stop them right here. They need to stop them. If they want to cover this second half, right? You got to figure Dykes is in there saying, we might not win this game, but we could probably cover Mitch's second half bet. He's got the money line here. So, what we want to do, we got to come out. We got to make a stop. These guys are proud players, man. They're not just going to lay down out there. I'm going to go, we're going to find out if they get a stop or not, because we're going to be here for the drive. But I don't see what Nick Saban is saying up there. But thank God I don't have to listen to him. That would be the only thing to like make this even worse, is to have to listen to that jerk, for like my favorite Nick Saban was, it's like, if you leave the game early, we're going to take away your season tickets. Well, don't schedule a Division II team, schedule a real good team. And instead of scheduling Western Carolina, which is who they were playing. It's like students left the game. My players practiced all week. Your players were paid long before that paying was legal. Your players were paid to play, long before it was legal. And then, this guy's so full of crap. He's like, we're going to take away your season tickets. I changed the channel, man. Change the channel. You're going to come in my living room and take my TV? I freaking dare you. I dare you, man. You better be super fast if you're going to do that, because I'm changing the channel. You going to take my TV away? Nick Saban. That ain't going to happen, man.
It's like, Nick Saban.
Jerk face, man. What an arrogant jerk. Then last year, right? The hypocrite of hypocrites, right? Calls out Jimbo Fisher on the imaging licensing, right?
Yeah,
Jimbo Fisher says, oh, we'll tell exactly what the players got. We'll tell you exactly what the number is. Nick Saban's like, yeah, we're going to be fully transparent with the number that the players are paid in image licensing. He wouldn't say a freaking word as to what that number was, man. He didn't say a word. But what you saw was this year in recruiting, it was all Alabama at the top, meaning they paid the most. Miami, who had a long-standing tradition of paying players long before you were allowed to pay players. I admit it. Hey, we cheated. We won. You know, we didn't just mess around cheating. When we cheated, we weren't like SMU, who kind of like was really good. We cheated, we won the whole damn thing. You know, it's like, but we cheated the right way. You know, it's like, let's have a hit pool. If you knock out the other team's starting quarterback, you get the money. That's how it works. We knocked out 14 quarterbacks in one season. It's like, that's how it happens. It's like Troy Aikman was one of them when he played for Oklahoma. Anyways, back to this one. I took TCU on the money line. I think I like TCU team total over here for the second half as well. I'm going to throw that in.
I kind of like that. I mean, that's not bad. I've seen somebody in the comments comment that earlier. It's not a bad place to be. 7.5, I think that's what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, Jimbo Fisher, for all those recruits that he got last year, they all hit the portal. You know, they all hit the portal. 62-61 TCU. I like it. Wonder what the in-game live line is. Let's take a look. I know before the game I got 365. I know it's going to be better than that.
Yeah.
It is off the board. It's off the board, the in-game live, the number. Not a good one.
Need these Chicago Bulls to hang on.
Bulls were not playing all that well, but they were in it. You know, someone made a comment. I believe it was in these YouTube comments, or it was I think it was the comments on your video. Something about the Bulls. It's like they were down by 13 in like the third quarter. It's like they were getting like 8 points or something. They're only down by 5. It's like this game is probably
8.5 now.
Yeah, it's 5 now, right? So they're gonna land right inside the number.
Yeah,
comfortably.
Hopefully, it's still the Celtics.
They're way inside the number.
But yeah, TCU plus the 7, TCU team total over. It's really the only two ways I like in this one, second half. I just think they make it a little more interesting. They're not going to get just.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be interesting. I think it's still.
I don't think it's going to be. I think so too, but I'm saying
Kirby Smart's
going to be
Kirby Smart's a real jerk. He's a way jerk, man. It's like he's a little more relaxed than he was his first year as a head coach, but he's one of those guys that he's like micro coaching, you know, down to like the last 6-7 seconds, up by 50. He's one of those guys. He's like yelling at his players and coaching. It's like enough, you know. It's like we're good, you know. Yeah. Lou Holtz, you know, he grabs the guy by the face mask or whatever. It's like, man, that kid, you know, if they did that today, he would be arrested.
Nick Saban up here, like you said, he probably ain't talking about nothing.
You ever see the show the Beverly Hillbillies? You know that show? Oh, well, you got to Google it. Well, because they used to do a bit. We used to do a bit in Miami where Lou Holtz was Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies. So we used to put his face on Granny from the Beverly Hillbillies. I mean, he looks just like her. Totally disagree. I think that he's had more time back there than he thought he was going to have. I fully expected for Georgia to get their sacks and all of that other stuff. And I really think that where he's messed up was on those early drives, was on that first series when he had a lot more time than he thought he was going to have. And he rushed the throw. And the guy was wide open. You know, it was the guy, their big guy, you know, he was wide open. And he threw one into the ground. Beverly Hillbillies. Lou Holtz as Granny. We used to hate Lou Holtz, man. Hate his guts. All the schools that dropped Miami from the schedule. Notre Dame, Florida. No one wanted to play us.
Yeah.
It's like when we were bad, everyone wanted to play us. Oklahoma. When we were lousy, everyone wanted us.
They made sure they packed this college football with every commercial they could.
Oh, yeah. There's not even a halftime show like Imagine Dragons or something. It's Nick Saban. Yuck.
Oh man, Nick Saban.
Oof. Nothing fun about that. What happened in college basketball in these games? Maryland Eastern Shore. I like that one against Howard. Colgate
Next
squeaking by
Monday
Army.
night, we'll be back.
Yep. Cowboys Bucks. This is the last game of the college football regular season. I want to thank all the Pick Dogs family that contributed all college football season long. All the guys at the website, especially that you guys never really see. Randy and Andrew. Ruffalo, you guys know. Shane, you guys know. David, you guys know. Corey. Brett usually does some college football, but thanks to all of them for all that they do. Once again, most of those guys have been with me for 8-10 years. So
Shout out those guys for sure.
they work their ass off, man.
I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing.
It's like I mean, they got a college football Saturday and 65 games. They got it like out there on Sunday night. As soon as the lines come out, man, those things are posted.
Detailed and all.
Are you happy with the Cowboys, the draw that they got, that Monday Night Football? It's like it's kind of
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's like a road Monday Night Football.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a tough one. I'm excited for it though. It should be a good weekend of football. How about the worst pick ever last night, huh?
Oh yeah, worst pick ever in the history of Pick Dogs.
Oh man, those are the comments, man.
I don't have TCU to score the first 10 points of the second half. I don't like that. I like them to score the over 9.5. So like to get 2 touchdowns here. I like that, but I don't like the that they're going to score the first 10 because Georgia gets the kickoff here. But if they can somehow get a stop, and if they can somehow get a stop, then I actually do kind of like it. This is really, we've seen Georgia have bad field position a few times in this game. It hasn't not really mattered because they've been able to run the ball so effectively. Really, some great play calling here by Georgia, and just some great players. Really, I mean, I'm not discrediting Georgia, but I am saying that these were high school All-Americans playing against guys that were probably not recruited as high. So it's to be expected.
Bull said they trying to win the game outright. Oh, Zach LaVine missed. Oh.
They got a shot.
They're not gonna win it outright.
Yeah, well, they're going to cover. They got to cover the.
They're going to cover. Yeah, they're going to cover.
Someone was bad mouthing too. Knicks are going to cover too.
I stayed away from that one. That one, it was I took the Bucks on the video, but I stayed away because
All right, well, it's touchback here. The TCU kicker is well rested. He's only has the one kickoff and one extra point. But so he was itching to get that kick out there. Georgia back at it. I mean, I know Kirby Smart wants to put the exclamation point. We know he's a jerk, and we know if there's gonna be 60 points scored in a championship game and some offensive numbers records, he's the coach to do those sort of things. But you would also, some of your other guys on your roster that don't get a chance to play that much. I think it would be nice to give
them let them get in the championship game for sure.
Yeah. But here's Georgia with the run. McIntosh right out of the gate. Oh, that was a clothesline tackle. You do not see those all that often. I do believe those are penalties these days, but they didn't call it. So he got about 5 yards. It was clothesline tackle across across the throat. So this is big, 2nd and 5. This is big for TCU. They can't let Georgia cross the 50. It's like if they want to cover the second half. They know I got the money line, so I think they're going to really press it. I've been with them all season. They know that.
They know Mitch has.
There goes
money
McIntosh
line.
again, so he's got nothing. So here it is, 3rd and 3. Here's the situation. We could see the Georgia punter, and he's got a clean uniform this game because these guys have not punted at all. The Georgia punter is like the easiest gig. That's like when Pat McAfee was the kicker punter for the Colts with Peyton Manning. It's like he never had to play. He never played. So he'd go through weeks of not punting. Best gig out there. All right, here we go. 3rd and 3. Bennett takes the pass. He throws it and almost intercepted. They stop him. 3 and out. We got ourselves a ball game. Here come the frogs. It's funny because you got the 2 different frog things going on in Texas. You got the frogs, and then you got the gig.
Ooh, got a 7-point game, man. Bulls better close this out.
So this is one of those plays, one of these punts where nobody touches the ball, nothing happens, and there's a flag out by the receiving. So this is like an illegal block or a hold or some kind of thing like that going on here. And it's going to be against TCU. And, basically nothing happened here. The officials are conferring. Look at this guy's hat on the umpire. What's going on with? Oh, it's got a camera on it.
I hope I had 8.5. I hope I had 8.5. I gotta go see if I had 8.
I probably got 8. I think I got 8.
I got 8.5. Okay. Okay. Oh man, the NBA the way it's going right now. Sheesh.
Did you get 8.5?
Yeah, I had 8.5.
I think I had 8. Pretty sure. Nope, I had 8.5. Let's go Knicks. I lost my $15 big play. I had the Pacers, but I can still end up with a nice winning night here.
Yep.
It's the beauty of it.
Yes, sir.
Easy winner, no doubter. See
you
that?
Said with the who?
What's that?
You said you lost with who today?
Pacers. Or Wizards. Wizards.
Oh, okay.
They got smoked in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You guys aren't going to cover doing that. Slam it into the line, whatever. I guess they're trying to just keep them honest. Yeah, that's working.
Come on, Sonny.
The problem is that you can't throw it late, and that's what
Yeah.
that was the one right before the half to kind of put it out of reach.
It's Georgia defense. That's for real.
Well, it's Kirby Smart, and it's like every high school All-American in the country. It's like
yeah.
And there we go. Little out pattern makes it 3rd and manageable. Got to just matriculate the ball down the field. The thing is, Georgia, if they try and get a little aggressive here. It's weird because you look at that you look at the TCU sideline, and it doesn't look like they've quit. All right, so
I don't think this thing got no quit.
No, but they also didn't get
the moment too big.
Now it's a problem. Yeah. No, I just think that they just got beat. I don't think it was any of those things. I think they just got beat. It just happens.
Yeah.
It's like you played against a much better team. This is like, TCU has some nice players. They probably have 5 or 6 NFL players. Georgia's got 60. And that's really the difference. It's like even the quarterback. He's probably not an NFL quarterback. dug in. And Bennett might not be either, but that entire Georgia defense is. Every
I was
single one
thinking
of them.
the same thing, Michael. He looked pretty early to me. He did look like he got there early.
They're not gonna do it, at this point.
Yeah,
It's gonna have to be pretty egregious for them to
yeah.
call either way, even though they called the holding on the punt. Wizards was such a public play. Another stupid comment, It's like it's like how stupid, It's like what percentage? So Chase J, the betting guru here in the comments, what percentage of the public plays win? Because I know you don't keep track, right? You don't own a piece of paper because this is why everyone wants to state your record of something that you give out, right? That they could just write it down here. Like here's a piece of paper, right?
Yeah, man.
What percentage of the public plays, the plays that are considered public, when you look at the money movement and all that other stuff, what percentage of those plays win and what percentage of them lose? It's 50-50. It's 50-50 is what it is. 50-50.
Same as just picking the game.
Yeah,
straight.
it's exactly the same, man. It's the same as tossing a coin. 50-50. Like look at the Jaguars, Titans, the Jaguars, whatever. The Titans was the way the public played, taking the points in that one. Way public. And the Bills and the that one, way public. You see what
Bills was way public.
Way public, man. And
that's what I be trying to tell people that all the time. I be like, I hope y'all understand that the public win too.
Yeah, well, they don't understand that there is no such thing as a public play and a sharp play. That there's only a public number and a sharp number. The sharps aren't betting one side or another; they're betting on a specific number. And once the number goes, then they're done. It's like that's why people that say that they think that they're like these betting gurus, but it's like you never see those guys win our capper contest, right? They never win. I've never had one of those guys that's like one of these guys. Like, and I've probably had in the past 4 years, probably 1,500 people enter the capper contest because we used to run it on Instagram and Twitter and whatever, and we used to publicize it a lot more than we did. I mean, this year we hardly publicized. We had almost 400. And it's like, so we've had probably over 1,500, maybe 2,000 people. I've never had a person win or finish in the top that uses that terminology. Not one.
Yep.
Not one. Not one person, really, that uses that methodology, which is.
Nah, yeah. You'll rarely hear me say that.
Yeah. I mean,
I look at the money every blue moon, but it's not a determining factor or anything like that.
Not at all. Not at all.
So just another check mark in the check marks of every game.
Oh, yeah. It's like if you looked at yesterday's NFL card, I'm going to bet that almost every game would be public money. Just the way that they went Steelers, had to have been because every line move that went. Well, Georgia just moving right down the field.
I'm looking
right through butter, man. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. I need the Knicks to backdoor this one. I don't think it's gonna happen. They had it the whole game. Such Knicks, man. Such Knicks bullshit.
Yeah.
They're gonna take Bowers out of the game. Is what's gonna happen, April. They're gonna take his ass out. Jalen Brunson, he's not ready to not cover. Could have been doing that for the Mavs, trying to hit in the back door.
Yeah, I know, man. I miss that guy a lot.
This is where you foul Giannis. Is he in there? Yeah, Giannis is there. This is where you foul Giannis. Send him to the line. He hits one of the thing. We get the easy bucket. We foul Giannis back again on the other end. Oh, God. Why do they let that guy shoot? Drew Holiday's going to hit that every time. Oh, there. Brunson, the answer. Brooke Lopez. Oh, come on.
TCU might help them to field goal here.
Whatever happened to just fouling Giannis, man? Whatever happened to that? Looks like a touchdown, and it is.
And it is. Jeez.
Oh,
Georgia Bulldogs.
There's one of your catches, April. You only need two more. My over, a lot of people criticize that on my video. I'll tell you that much. That was a square play, people said. The over was a super square play.
Yep.
Georgia might hit it themselves.
They might.
They might hit it themselves. Because it's 44 to 7, so they're at 52. There's 10:52 left to go in the third quarter.
Yep. What was it again? 58?
No, 62 and a half.
Oh, 62 and a half?
Yep.
Shit, Georgia. I mean, 10 points.
The thing about Georgia is they did suffer for a very, very long time. So it's like at least they had their many years of suffering, you know, because they won the championship with Herschel, and then they didn't win it forever. I mean, they didn't even get a whiff. They had Ray Goff as their head coach. Oh my God, they just stunk for a very long time. I think Florida beat them like 20 in a row or something, and then they went and got Kirby Smart. I think they even tried the son of the other coach, Vince Dooley, right? They tried Derek Dooley. They tried everything. They could not get anybody. It always sucks, you know. They hire one of their own, you know, Goff, and it's like then you can't fire them, you know. It's like Patrick Ewing at Georgetown. I never buy points. So there's Giannis with the foul. How about a little backdoor here for the Knicks? I think I got a shot here because so Brunson's hit the front end of it.
What are you getting that? We're getting +1.
Now I'm down 7-0. I think I'm getting 2. I might be getting 2.5. And there's no way it's going to be around there because with 9.1 seconds, regardless of what happens here, the Knicks are going to foul. So he hit it.
Down 2.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to foul here. Yeah. You need a
miracle.
One miss. You need one miss and a bucket. Is what you need.
Or one miss, or miss and a 3. Go to overtime. I like my chances. I'll take a chance. I like it better than this. Yeah, that fumble by TCU was nothing pretty about that either. Well, tomorrow's beautiful card of college basketball. Got NBA tomorrow. More than that. 9 games, right? 8 games? 7 games?
Nah, 6.
No, there's more than that. More than that, because I did 4 videos.
7.
At least 7.
Yeah, it's 7 tomorrow.
Because I get the first one, like when we go down the list. So it's like if I have 4, there's always at least 7. And then college hoops, I did 8 videos for college hoops. Ruffalo did 8, I think, too. But we didn't even, we didn't touch half the board.
Curry could be back tomorrow.
You know what I can't stand? Like in that Wizards game, it's like every time one team scores 3 points, timeout. It's like they should reduce the number of timeouts. It's like it's too many. Or the number that you can take within a specific time or something. It's like every time they score 3 points, there's a timeout. It's like too much. It's like I swear there was a timeout at 11:46. Into the period. So 14 seconds gone into the period. They came out, hit a three. They called timeout. It's like, what? It's like horrible. At least the Buffalo Sabres got their ass kicked. Add that one on the betting tools. Add that one on my 7-3 picks.
Wasn't really no meat on the bone of the knife for me in hockey. I should have.
There we go. Flyers, there you go. TCU. Nice little run there. I'm going to stay here till the end of the Knicks game, and I'm good.
All right. Sounds cool to me.
I got this on the small TV. I moved it after it went to 31-7. I moved this to the small TV. I got Below Deck cooking on the main screen. Well, the thing is, this game started at 7:30 Eastern, so it messed up my whole Jeopardy schedule. I had to go back and watch Jeopardy. Oh, look at this. Look at this. First down, Frogs. On the move. On the march. I want to cover my...
Our second half beta is not out the window.
Well, I'm losing 7-0. I got the money line. You took the points.
Oh, you got the money line. I got the points.
I mean, I could probably get an in-game on the second half. Get better price than... I got plus 250. I think they're gonna cover it. I do.
Let's go for it.
I know Kirby Smart's a jerk, but it's only so much he can do. There we go. There we go. Take what they're willing to give you. You got to just take.
Damn, it's a long time out in that Bucks Knicks game.
It's one of those ones.
Yeah.
They made the call to the book to find out.
Yeah, exactly.
What needs to happen? Exactly. What needs to happen? Do we need to see some fouling? Maybe a technical, tee someone up here.
Exactly.
Oh, we had to foul again. We didn't have enough. It's holiday. Yeah, why bother? You should just let him shoot. He's going to make them both because I have the other team. So he's going to make them both. If I had the Bucks, he would miss them both.
Yep. That's usually how it goes. That was me with the Grizzlies last night. Oh, they did not hit a free throw down the stretch.
I had the Grizzlies. That was nasty. There's a lot of good games tomorrow in college hoops. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah. Definitely going to be in college hoop action tomorrow.
Oh, that was good play there to get rid of it. I also saw a good hold that they did not call against TCU there. He had the defensive tackle by the around the neck. He was behind him and had him like one of those. They didn't call it. There it was, 78. Did it. This is a slow-moving game here, this Knicks.
It is.
This is one of those, tell your wife, there's only 8 seconds left to go in the game. Like she's waiting out in the car. She's waiting out in the car. She's pissed. Oh, exactly. God. That was a bad play there for TCU. That was a really bad blow to our second half money line. Right there. You got to go for it, guys. Oh, he slipped. Once he slipped, that was it. I'm watching the Knick game on the ESPN thing, so it's like there's nothing worse than this. They hit the second free throw. It's like there's no worse way to watch a game than this.
Yeah. You just need a bucket here. It's
like refresh. There it is.
Oh, you got the bucket.
Yep. But are they going to foul?
I'm not going to foul. Don't foul. Don't foul with 0.3. Like, come on, don't foul 0.3. Just lose the ball game.
So if I get my last game of the night, I'm going to end up with dead even on the day. Oh, God. They fouled with 0.1.
That's the NBA. Why? Why, bro?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's the NBA right now, man. I'm trying to tell you.
You think the Knicks like call a timeout and try and set a play, to hit the three if he misses one? Grayson Allen, that guy doesn't miss. It's only on the team because he doesn't miss. Bum. Oh my God, man. That was what they did at the timeout. 0.1. Yep.
Bucks.
Bucks. 0.1. 0.1. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. And thanks for a good college football season. Of course, we'll be doing NFL halftime shows all weekend long. I don't know if we'll do every game, but we'll do a bunch of them.